000 calls. So there's a bit of a strange situation. 3G is being shut off, but there are some phones around the country that could only make a 000 call through 3G. Government says it's looking at this. What should be done that isn't being done?
Well, the government on Sunday has announced they're getting together a working group. That's great. But these warnings were put out in November last year. The Australian Mobile Telecommunications Association were warning about it last year. We've known 3G was getting cut off for 12 to 18 months. Each one of the carriers has made their plans very clear and has provided a lot of notice. So why the government has only turned their attention to it now, this is what...
months. I've seen things wither longer in politics myself.
Oh, but if they knew in November there was a first public warnings coming out from AMTA, they knew then. Why are they only looking at it now when the Telstra turn-off, and Telstra is still the largest mobile carrier in the country, is slated for the 30th of June. What is the solution that's going to be in place?
OK, so that's up to the government to answer on that. What's the solution? Whether it gets pushed back, we'll see. Wang Yi, the Chinese Foreign Minister, is going to have a meeting with Paul Keating. Any issue there?
Look, I mean, Paul Keating is no longer in government or in public office, and while he has a very high public profile, he is free to meet who he wants. But I can imagine that some of the current government would be quaking about the thought of what he might be saying.
You've got no issue?
Look, I think that it's great that we've got the Chinese Foreign Minister visiting. I think anything that we can do, and I would hope that
and
Mr.
the Chinese side apparently requested the meeting, so
yes.
We were sort of blocking it or telling him not to.
And I would hope that Mr. Keating has Australia's best interests at heart when he is talking to...
Does he seem like he's, if I can hark back to the term, on Team Australia these days?
On some issues he is, and I think it will be interesting to see what comes out of that meeting, if any.
So on some issues he's not? Well,
he's less effusive about, say, the AUKUS partnership than others.
But you're allowed to be critical of that?
Oh, and as I said, he's a private...
how much the submarines protect us or if it's just us sort of buying into America's...
And Paul Keating is a private citizen.
OK. Just finally, pre-selections. You had your own battle recently, of course. You were successful. But are women still struggling broadly in the coalition with what's happened to Anne Ruston in South Australia?
Oh, look, I wouldn't call it a gender thing. And in my pre-selection, I'm joined on the ticket by another woman. So we've got two women on our National Party ticket, which we put forward two names for. So we don't have a bloke on our ticket. I don't think it's a gender thing per se, but one of the things, and the Senate pre-selections are consistent. They happen across the board, across all parties. And the good thing about Senate pre-selections is they keep us on our toes and make sure that we are performing, because otherwise the grassroots membership of our parties will let us know loud and clear.
Yours was a pretty close call in the end.
Well, we don't. In the Nationals, I know that Sky have run some numbers, but we don't actually know the numbers. So
you're not saying they're wrong. You just surely you.
I don't know what the numbers are.
You didn't ask anyone what the numbers were?
Of course, I ask, and you get a sideways smile, and they just go.
Some numbers have been.
They go 50% plus one is enough. That's so.
Was that a hint to you that it was close? Were you told it was pretty close?
I could feel in the room that it was a good, strong challenge, and I think it's great that we had three very good candidates for the Nats.
Perrin Davey, thank you.
Thank you.